This episode brought to you by PopCultureBeast, which presents Halloween horror picks hosted by Ryan STOCKSTAD, the show where they recommend off-the-beaten-path horror movies for your Halloween movie night. Be sure to subscribe for new episodes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday in October, and like them on Facebook for the latest updates.
On tonight's episode, we are going to be reviewing or discussing? Reviewing the Black Tape, independent horror flick. Also, we watched episode 3 of American Horror Story, and we will be reviewing that as well.
Buckle up, kiddies, because this is the horror word. Shaded bird. Hey everybody, this is another episode of The Horror Word with Shane and Perd. Tonight we we sat down and we watched the movie The Black Tape, independent horror movie from one of our fans on Twitter who asked us to check it out and give it a review, and we were not disappointed.
Not at all.
We went back to American Horror Story after taking a couple weeks off. We thought episode 2 was so much of a stinker that we decided that we were going to explore other things. We might, see other people, but we figured, hey, let's dust it off. A few episodes have gone by. Maybe they've improved. Pleasantly surprised that they were.
I think so.
Surprised quite a bit.
I think so. I enjoyed episode 3 a lot more than I thought I would. Maybe my expectations were so low. But
that is true. Expectations were quite low.
But it's still it wasn't bad.
Okay, so to start us off, we watched The Black Tape. This is a movie that a friend of mine from Twitter wrote us and asked if we'd check it out. So it's an independent horror flick made by Ramon Meninon. I'm not sure if I'm saying his name right, but he's wrote and directed it himself as a gentleman up in L.A. The movie starts off like kind of a lot of other found footage, kind of movies do. Your Paranormal Activities, your Rex, things like that, where it sort of gives you an idea and then lets the idea evolve. But this starts off with an explanation about these tapes have been mailed to the police in various stations, and this is the uncut, unedited footage of that series of tapes. And it basically is the POV of a serial killer and several other hidden cameras that he has as he stalks this one specific family and terrorizes them horrendously.
Yeah, I kind of thought it was going to be just like torture porn, August Underground type stuff.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. After watching the trailer, it looked a lot like August Underground.
Yeah.
If you've never seen the August Underground movies, they're a little twisted, but they also revolve around serial killer point of view. So going into it, we expected it to be really gruesome, but it ended up having a fantastic story.
Yeah.
It had a lot of really good twists. Good soundtrack. Great soundtrack.
Yeah.
We were quite impressed. For being an indie horror flick, for being one that is not made by a major studio, this was better than half the crap I've seen recently. I just
fully agree.
Recently watched the movie Creep, which is another POV found footage kind of movie. And I thought that was garbage. I've seen a lot of the Paranormal Activity movies. I'm not watching the newest one because I'm not wasting my time, but this definitely kicked those right in the nuts. No, it did what it was supposed to do.
Yeah, no, I agree. I thoroughly enjoyed every aspect of it, and I don't want to say too much about it.
I don't want to let on too much about it because a lot of really good twists and turns, a lot of really good, not what you expected to see out of it. Not the most violent movie in the entire world.
It starts off super violent.
Starts off pretty violent. Starts off with a good solid decapitation, and then the head gets hucked at the camera. So, get you some ketchup right off the bat. But then takes its time. I would say my only complaint is there are points where, since it is POV, it's very slow. You know what I mean? There's not really any dialogue. There's not really any music going on. It's a single camera angle shooting, a room or from, a side of a room or something. So there's some scenes that drag a little bit, but then later on...
For realism.
Yeah, for realism.
Yeah.
You also get a lot of the emotions of the characters too, because there's a lot of scenes where people are arguing or people are, discussing what's going on. So you get a lot of the emotions of the characters and a lot of the agony of the family as they're being just tormented by this killer. So the voice that they use on the phone Very different from the one from Scream, but it's really cool.
Yeah, also, being a low-budget independent flick, a pretty good budget, actually.
I can't really say it was low budget. It had quite a bit of production value to it.
It had good acting in it.
Great acting. Fantastic actors in it. And it was well written, too. Real good story. Overall, I'm going to go, for my thumbs rating, I'm going to go 4. I'm going to go 4 on it. 4 out of 5. I thought it was great.
I'm going to agree with you and go 4 as well. Definitely 4 out of 5.
So if you want to check
better than average.
If you want to check it out, we recently talked to the director. He's actually running a screening coming up in LA, November 20th. They're doing a midnight screening of it. So if you can get a chance, if you get out to LA or if you live in the LA area, you should definitely go check this one out. Great flick. You won't see the twist coming. You won't see it coming.
No, I was like, cool.
Right? We got to the end and we were like, okay, cool. How are we going to wrap this one up? Oh, no way. That's how we're doing it. Check it out. The Black Tape, they've got a Twitter. They have a Facebook page, too. They're going to be doing other showings. We're hoping they do a showing coming down in San Diego so we can actually go meet Ramon and, like, check it out and, like, see it in an audience and see it with a theater and everything like that. I think that'll be pretty fun.
Maybe get a little interview.
Maybe, yeah. Good. Ramon, we love you. You want to come on the show? If you're coming down to the San Diego area, let us know. We'll come. We'll do a little interview with you. Throw you on the show. It'd be fantastic. So, yeah, Black Tape. Check it out.
We also watched episode 3 of American Horror Story Hotel, and it wasn't bad.
Not bad. I'm impressed.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad.
We had as much unnecessary sex as we could get into the episode.
No blood orgies.
You know what I mean? No blood orgy. No blood orgy.
A lot of starting of sex.
Yeah.
You notice that there was
kind of like a tease.
There was a lot. Like,
I'm gonna rub your junk and then I'm just gonna bounce.
And
you know
then,
what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
Just take it off.
It's like I'm gonna tweak your nipple and then just go into another room and hang out and have a soda or something like that.
Sounds pretty good.
Right. But they progressed the story a little bit more. They give Chloe Sevigny a little more time. She's really the most solid actress I've seen in this season so far. She really, like, any of her scenes, she's really delivering. She's very gristled, very dramatic. Really kills it in all of her opening scenes.
Yeah, she's stealing the show for sure.
No. I still don't get Sarah Paulson's character. I mean, they've explained a little further that she's supposed to be a ghost. So she's now Ghost Junkie that lives in the hotel or something. Finn Wittrock's character, they've sort of progressed his story a little more. They've sort of progressed Lady Gaga's story a little more. Not much, but they're easily the most uninteresting characters. They revisited Tate's character again, Evan Peters' character.
Way too short.
So he's only in the episode for the opening of it, but any scene that this character is in, I am enthralled. I wish that the show revolved around him because it's so fascinating. He's supposed to be, again, he explains himself as being H.H. Holmes. He's got secret rooms in the hotel. He calls it his murder palace at one point, which is such a great name. I guess what I'm gonna name my firstborn, Murder Palace. Doesn't really roll off the tongue like it should, you know.
No, I was gonna go with Pestilence. My firstborn.
Pestilence.
Well, Pestilence for a girl and War for a boy.
Well, yeah. I mean, you gotta keep it gender, you know.
Vanessa doesn't like it.
Nah. Well,
I just thought it'd be fun.
That's her problem. She's not here. She can't do nothing about it. So as the episode progresses, Kathy Bates becomes depressed because her son's a total turd loser and decides that she wants to kill herself, which in this show you need to realize that when you die, you don't stay dead. So you're liable to come back as like a vampire or somebody's anal bead or something like that. So you should just probably try to stay alive as long as possible. I mean, as much as is humanly possible. So as the episode progresses, the gentleman who got drilldoed, #drilldo, it's a real thing now, #drilldo, everywhere. The gentleman who got drilldoed.
Get a shirt that says drilldo.
I should. I mean, I started it. I mean, somebody else probably started it, but I'm taking credit for it. So
started in my world.
Yeah, started it up in here. But the gentleman who
he's still alive.
He just comes popping up. He'd been dead and sewn into a mattress for friggin' 3 episodes, and all of a sudden he's just like, I'm gonna get up and go have some tea or something. But he returns and sort of hangs out with Wes Bentley for a second and sort of gives him like some insight into more weird crap that's going on. Chloe Sevigny decides she's divorcing Wes Bentley. He's not having a good day.
Wes Bentley starts breaking down.
Starts losing his shit. He's starting
to the hotel.
I would.
Rightfully so.
I definitely would blame the hotel for my follies in this case. But they moved it along. I was excited with the episode. We're gonna keep watching. You know, we're gonna keep watching. They brought Angela Bassett back, who's been in the last couple seasons.
Pam Grier.
Pam Grier. She played kind of a Foxy Brown Pam Grier character. Comes in, blasting people in half with a big old afro, and that was cool.
Cool intro.
They didn't really give her a ton of backstory. They did her origin story, I guess. They showed that she was Lady Gaga's girlfriend for several years, and
Yeah,
they don't really.
She's basically just a jealous ex-girlfriend
Yeah,
and wants to take Lady Gaga down. It's
Mhm. They don't explain if she's a vampire either.
like, no,
She's drinking blood, but I mean that doesn't necessarily make you a vampire. So
it's true.
you bite other people and they turn into vampires. But they've made their own rules in this season with the vampire stuff. Like they don't go into crispy critters when they go into sunlight. They don't really acknowledge garlic. They're essentially immortal blood drinkers, and that's the best you got. If you want to follow the real logic of vampires, they're gonna have pointy teeth and fear garlic and crucifixes and holy water and all those actual vampire tropes, versus just being like, hey, we hang out and have cool clothes and drink blood sometimes.
Hipster vampire.
Hipster vampire. Hashtag hipster vampire. Flaming bag of bear trap hashtag didn't catch on.
Oh.
I tried that one. The one really didn't go anywhere.
That episode didn't really catch on. It's got like no views.
That one, yeah, go back and watch that episode. We're not really sure why. We've been having some trouble with our view counter on YouTube where we'll get 50 views and then it will subtract all of our views or something. Or we'll go to a certain number and then never go beyond that. So if you see our views not moving, watch it, refresh a couple times and we'll get you going there.
Yeah.
Thanks, YouTube. So rating, thoughts on the episode?
Well, if 2.5 is average, I'm going to give this episode 3, 3.
3.
Yeah.
Nice.
Slightly above average.
Slightly above average. I gave episode 2 1. So this one's a little higher for me. I'm also gonna go 3. I liked this episode. I was not blown away by this episode, but it was definitely better. This has renewed my faith in this series. Something I have to say that we have not said about the previous 3 episodes: Jessica Lange's absence is very palpable.
Oh yes.
There's a mother character missing. She was the one that everybody looked to. She's Sister Jude. She's amazing. She was Constance. She was feeding people organs and brains in the first season. It's great, but they've also just announced that this is going to be the second to last season. They're planning on wrapping it up in the next season. I think that the lack of Jessica Lange is kind of showing its ugly head. So, it's no good.
Ugly head.
Ugly head. Hashtag ugly head.
No, not. Next week we are going to be watching episode 3 of Ash vs. Evil Dead and another movie. We don't know what movie yet.
Not sure what movie yet. If you have suggestions for us, or hey, like our friends from Twitter, you can send us your movie and we'll check it out. We'll give it a review. We will give it an honest review, just an FYI. If you send us your movie and it sucks and we don't like it, sorry, can't help you there. Thankfully, we 1 for 1 with the movies off of Twitter, because Black Tape, fantastic. So
yeah,
if you have a suggestion for a movie or a movie you want us to review of your own, feel free to write us. We're on Facebook now. We have a Twitter account now. We're doing all sorts of big things. We're planning to do some t-shirts soon. We've had a couple of people ask for merch. I don't know if we're going to go crazy with the t-shirts or anything like that, but pretty soon we'll post. We're going to make some Horror Word with Shane and Bird t-shirts.
Happy Friday the 13th, everyone. This has been the Horror Word with Shane and Bird. Well, it is Friday the 13th.
It is, in fact.
That's why I decided to go with a Jason shirt.
Should we say that? Say Happy Friday the 13th, you 30 Puerto Ricans. Not 30 Puerto Ricans.
That would have been great.